Galactic Rule, #1. Why you never let humans name anything. Especially your homeworld, the human problem. Ambassador Clyron of Silthar adjusts his neural crest, its bioluminescent threads dimming with dread. The Galactic Concord, a 15,000-year alliance of 600 species, thrives on protocol. Humans, barely a century into starflight, disrupt it like a rogue comet. The human delegation arrives, hums his assistant, a floating Orwin orb pulsing unease. Clyron's 3 lungs exhale, a sound like a malfunctioning synth harp. Activate Translation Matrix Level 8. Level 8 handles human idioms, sarcasm, and their baffling humor, a concept requiring 12 new algorithms since Earth joined. Today, humans name the Zorinthian homeworld, a sacred honor for new species. Zorinthians, crystal-bodied philosophers, expect reverence. Clyron's secondary brain runs disaster scenarios. Humans named their own moon Moon. What havoc will they wreak on a planet revered for 7,000 years of harmonic wisdom? The chamber doors hum. Clyron braces. Here come the humans. Enter Ambassador Voss. Ambassador Lena Voss strides in, her gait a human oddity. Less walking, more controlled tumbling. Her grin flashes teeth polished to an unnatural gleam, a human quirk unnerving most species. Hey Clyron, ready to make history? She says, twirling a datapad. Clyron's crest flickers. Ambassador Voss, the Zorinthian naming ceremony demands utmost respect. Their harmonic theorems stabilized our warp grids. Voss nods, eyes glinting. Totally get it. We've studied Zorinthian culture. Did you know they have 19 tones for contemplation, but none for prank? Clyron's primary brain sparks alarm. Human pranks once caused a Thrivian envoy to molt prematurely. The name, he says, must honor their legacy. It's eternal. Voss's grin widens, a predator's signal to most species. Oh, it'll stick forever. Clyron's tertiary brain, wired for worst-case scenarios, screams. Voss's casual tone hides something chaotic. The ceremony looms, and doom feels inevitable. The weight of tradition, the Concord's naming tradition, unbroken for millennia, binds species in trust. Newcomers name a veteran member's world, choosing titles like Luminara for poetic beauty, or Krithos for scientific precision. Humans, Clyron fears, lack such reverence. Voss leans against a hollow pillar, scrolling her datapad. Zorinthians are big on crystals, right? Their bodies resonate at 432 Hz. Cool stuff. Clyron stiffens. Their crystalline physiology powers our warp stabilizers. This name will echo across 30 galaxies. Voss chuckles, a sound triggering Clyron's proximity sensors. Relax, we've got this. Her team, clad in human suits, garments that constrict airflow for aesthetics, whispers, suppressing what humans call giggles. Clyron recalls the Arcturian incident, when a human's lighten up quip sparked a 17-day mediation. Be precise, he urges. Voss winks. Precision's my middle name. Clyron's crest dims. The Zorinthians deserve better than human wordplay. Pre-ceremony jitters. Clyron's assistant, Orwin, pulses nervously. The Zorinthian Council awaits in the antechamber, Ambassador. Their crystals hum with anticipation. Clyron nods, his neural crest flickering. Any hint of the human name? Orwin's glow dims. None. Tradition seals it until the reveal. Clyron's secondary brain cycles horrors. Humans once dubbed a diplomatic shuttle Zoomy McZoomface. He signals the protocol office. Prepare for naming disruption contingencies. Orwin pulses alarm. The humans. Clyron sighs. Always the humans. Voss, meanwhile, briefs her team, their laughter echoing. This'll be legendary, she says, ignoring Clyron's glare. The Zorinthians, rigid in their solemnity, lack humor, their crystals vibrating only for truth. Clyron recalls Voss's comment about pranks. Is she planning chaos? The ceremony hall's nebula-lit dome gleams, a stage for dignity or disaster. Clyron prays to Silthar's moons that humans for once respect the stakes. The Grand Assembly. The Concorde's great hall shimmers, its dome woven with nebula filaments, casting light across 600 species. Andromedans float in grav orbs, their forms fractal. Veltarians pulse with biolumens, recounting their epics. Even the phase-born, half-phased into another plane, shimmer in respect. Humans, in drab tuxedos, look absurdly plain, their neckties choking them for no reason. The Zorinthian Council stands central, their crystalline bodies refracting light, humming harmonic chords of honor. High Resonator. Valthar speaks, his voice a symphony. Our world, cradle of harmony, awaits its galactic name from our human kin, whose boldness we admire. Clyron's crest twitches at the diplomatic pause. Voss steps to the podium, her team stifling smirks. Clyron's hearts race. The hall hums, translators primed for human nonsense. Voss clears her throat, her grin a warning. Clyron braces. The galaxy's about to learn why humans and naming don't mix. The calm before, Voss surveys the hall, her poise unnervingly calm. Esteemed conquered, she begins, voice steady. Earth is humbled to name the Zorinthian Homeworld, a beacon of harmonic wisdom. Clyron exhales, his crest steadying. Perhaps he misjudged her. We've studied their crystalline resonance, their warp-stabilizing theorems. Voss continues. The Zorinthians' crystals pulse approval. Clyron's secondary brain relaxes. Maybe humans can be solemn. Voss's team, though, exchanges glances, lips twitching. Clyron's tertiary brain flares. Humans never resist chaos long. The name, Voss says, pausing for effect. A human trick that sets Clyron's nerves alight. Reflects their vibrational legacy and galactic position. The hall hums, expectant. Clyron leans forward, hoping for a name like Harmonis Prime. Voss's eyes glint. Here it comes, she says, almost to herself. Clyron's crest dims. Whatever's coming, it's not what the Zorinthians expect. The name drops. Voss's voice rings out. We name this world Bootopia. The hall freezes. The translation matrix stutters. 3.1 seconds of silence as it processes Bootopia into 600 tongues. Clyron's crest collapses, his heart skipping. The Zorinthians' crystals shift from serene violet to chaotic red, their hums jarring. Voss's team erupts in stifled laughter, one diplomat choking on air. The Andromedans' fractals flicker, confused. The phase-born phase out entirely, dodging the fallout. Clyron's emergency protocol pings. Code Vermilion, human humor crisis. Valthar's crystals screech, a sound like shattering glass. Explain this. Designation, he demands, translator straining. Voss, unfazed, steps forward, her grin defiant. It's a tribute to Zorinthian resonance, trust me. Clyron's secondary brain screams, she planned this. The hall buzzes, outrage mixing with bewildered amusement. The galaxy's dignity teeters, and humans are to blame, again. Diplomatic disaster. The hall descends into chaos. The Veltarians' biolumens flare disapproval. The Hydraxians, in their tanks, emit clicks of scorn. The crystalline collective reshapes into a pattern screaming social catastrophe. Clyron's neural crest pulses pain. Valthar's voice cuts through, sharp as a laser. Our linguists identify Bootopia as a human pun, referencing an excretory organ. The Zorinthians' crystals darken, their hums a dirge. Voss raises a hand, mock serious. Honest mistake. We meant to evoke cosmic harmony. A human diplomat snorts, escorted out. Clyron signals security. Contain the humans. The Arcturians, ever literal, project anatomical diagrams, worsening the mood. The Nebulons, baffled by excretory humor, consult databases. Clyron's tertiary brain calculates, this could collapse the Zorinthian alliance. Voss's grin persists, unshaken. We'll fix this. she says. But Clyron knows. Humans don't fix chaos. They amplify it. The Council's wrath. The emergency council session convenes. A spherical chamber buzzing with 600 translation feeds. Counselor Zinn of the Kryvox, his tentacles writhing, speaks. This insult threatens the Concord's unity. Zorinthians may exit the Warp Grid Pact. Clyron, moderating, nods grimly. Humans lack decorum, says Ambassador Thalor of the Hive Nexus, her eyes glinting. Was this malice? Voss, at the chamber's center, looks contrite. Too contrite. A misunderstanding, she insists. We respect Zorinthian greatness. The Tatian delegate, a probability matrix, hums. Likelihood of accidental insult, 0.007%. Humans seek amusement. The chamber gasps, alien senses struggling with amusement as motive. Clyron's crest throbs. Ambassador Voss, justify this. Butopia. Voss's eyes spark. A human sign of impending brilliance. Or doom. My aide, Dr. Patel, has insight, she says, gesturing to a nervous human. Clyron braces. The humans are improvising, and the galaxy's patience is thin. A linguistic lifeline. Dr. Patel, a linguist, stands, adjusting her suit. I studied Zorinthian proto-dialects, she says, voice steady. In their ancient Western harmonic, Butto resembles Bhuta, meaning eternal resonance. The chamber buzzes, neural nets querying. Clyron's chief linguist, a polypoid Vrin, ripples confirmation. Records show Bhuta, unused for 4,000 years, aligns phonetically. Voss seizes the moment. We discovered this link, a cosmic nod to Zorinthian harmony. Clyron's secondary brain screams, too convenient. Yet Valthar's crystals soften, humming curiosity. Is this true? He asks. Patel nods. Your ancestors revered Bhuta for vibrational unity. The Tatian hums. Probability of diplomatic salvage rises to 0.0092%. Clyron catches Voss's smirk, universal in its smugness. Did they plan this? Or are humans just chaos incarnate? The council murmurs, relief battling suspicion. The Zorinthians hum steady, but Clyron knows. This isn't over. The compromise. Valthar speaks, crystals pulsing. If Butopia echoes Bhuta, perhaps this was serendipity. The chamber's tension drops. Clyron's sensors reading 58% calm. Voss, all innocence, adds, we meant to honor your legacy. The human term similarity is unfortunate. A Veltarian snorts. Biolumin skeptical. Clyron proposes, record Butopia as derived from Bhuta, omitting human connotations. The council nods, eager to avoid collapse. Zinn's tentacles relax. Agreed. But humans must face scrutiny for future ceremonies. Valthar's hum softens. We accept, with stricter linguistic checks. The session ends. Crisis averted. Barely. Clyron's crest steadies, but his tertiary brain warns, humans will strike again. Voss's team whispers, one stifling laughter. The galaxy dodged a bullet, but Clyron knows humans reload chaos faster than warp drives. The Zorinthians depart, crystals humming, unaware their world's now a galactic punchline. The aftermath. 3 hours later, Clyron debriefs in the Concord's archive chamber. Orwin, pulsing nearby. The official record states, Butopia honors a Bhuta. Orwin hums, no mention of human posteriors. Clyron's crest flickers. A diplomatic bandage. The Zorinthians, mollified, strengthen the Warp Grid Pact, but whispers of Butopia spread, amusing humor-prone species. Voss, at a post-session mingle, sips a floating nectar orb. No harm done, right, Clyron? Her grin is a weapon. Your mistake nearly cost us an ally. Clyron retorts. Voss shrugs, humanly shameless. But it didn't. Plus, we got a cool name in the books. Clyron's secondary brain throbs. Humans see diplomacy as a game, chaos their prize. Orwin reports, the Zorinthians are intrigued by human wordplay. Clyron freezes. Intrigued?
The galaxy's order teeters, and humans, as always, are the spark. The humor spreads. At a Concord reception, Clyron observes the Zorinthians, their crystals pulsing oddly. Dr. Patel chats with Resonator Silas, sharing human puns. Silas's crystals flash, emitting a harmonic chuckle, a sound unheard in Zorinthian history. What do you call a warp rift that sings? Silas hums. A chordal anomaly. The Zorinthians pulse, delighted. Clyron's crest collapses. They're learning. Humor? Voss, nearby, overhears. Cultural exchange, Clyron. It's beautiful. Her innocence fools no one. Clyron's tertiary brain screams, humans are contagious. The Hydraxians, clicking amusement, ask Patel for pun lessons. The crystalline collective reshapes, mimicking laughter. Clyron signals the protocol office. Monitor human interactions. Voss sips nectar, smirking. Lighten up, Clyron. The galaxy could use a laugh. Silas's crystals hum. Botopia, harmony, and jest. Clyron's heart sink. The Zorinthians, once solemn, are now punsters, and humans lit the fuse. The galactic ripple. Word of Botopia spreads. A galactic meme among humor-tolerant species. The Veltarians, usually dour, emit biolumin chuckles. The Nebulons, baffled, study puns, their quantum forms flickering. Clyron, in the archive chamber, reviews reports. Zorinthian philosophers now weave wordplay into theorems. This is chaos, he mutters. Orwin pulses. Or, evolution? Clyron glares. Human evolution. Voss's team, at a trade summit, shares puns with the Phaseborn, who phase in, amused. Clyron confronts Voss. You're unraveling our order. Voss grins. We're adding flavor. Zorinthians love it. Silas approaches, crystals singing. We name our mooncord tickler. A jest. Clyron's crest dims. The galaxy's dignity phrase. Human humor a virus. The Concord's procedural committee meets, drafting a human-specific rule. Clyron knows it's futile. Humans don't break rules. They rewrite them, one pun at a time. The ban proposed. The procedural committee, a council of 50 species, convenes. Counselor Zinn speaks. Tentacles rigid, humans must be barred from naming rights. Botopia risks our credibility. Clyron nods, crest steady. Their humor threatens protocol. The Tatian hums. Probability of further incidents, 0.987%. Voss, present, looks chastened. Too chastened. We accept oversight, she says, eyes glinting. Clyron's secondary brain screams, she's plotting. The Zorinthians, surprisingly, defend humans. Silas hums. Their jests enrich us. The chamber gasps. Zorinthians, pun-infected, now champion chaos. The Phaseborn, flickering, agree, citing cultural vibrance. Clyron's proposal, Resolution 8412, gains traction. No human naming rights. The vote nears. Unanimous, save the Zorinthians' dissent. Voss whispers to Patel, smirking. Clyron's tertiary brain warns. The ban won't stop humans. Their chaos is airborne, spreading through every pun-loving species in the Concord. The resolution passes. Resolution 8412 passes. The first species-specific ban in Concord history. Human representatives shall not name celestial bodies, stations, or dimensional nodes. The vote, near unanimous, takes minutes. A record. Even the Chronovox, who debate across eons, sink to approve. Clyron's crest steadies, but unease lingers. Voss accepts the ban, her shrug infuriatingly human. Fair enough, she says, but her grin promises mischief. At the vote's reception, Zorinthians hum puns, their crystals flashing. What's a star that laughs? A gigalaxy. The Hydraxians click, delighted. Clyron's hearts sink. The ban curbs naming, not influence. Patel teaches Veltarians wordplay, their biolumins chuckling. Voss sips a grav juice, catching Clyron's eye. No hard feelings, Clyron? He sighs. Your species is a procedural nightmare. She laughs, a sound sparking Orwin's alarms. The galaxy's changing. and humans are the catalyst. The new normal. Months later, Clyron navigates a trade summit, the hall buzzing with puns. Zorinthians name ships Harmony Chuckler. Veltarians call moons glow ticklers. The Nebulons, once humorless, flicker with jests. Clyron's crest dims. Humans, he mutters. Voss, nearby, overhears. We're just sharing culture, Clyron. Her team swaps puns with the Phaseborn, who phase in, laughing. Silas approaches, crystals vibrant. Your humor inspires us. Our theorems now sing. Clyron's secondary brain throbs. Sing? Silas hums. Like jests, dual meanings, harmony. The ban holds, but human influence spreads. Unstoppable. Orwin reports, Concord linguists add pun to 47 lexicons. Clyron's tertiary brain drafts resolution 8413. Limit human cultural exchange. He knows it's futile. Voss's laughter echoes, a virus reshaping the galaxy. The Concord's order phrase, and Clyron, for once, feels a flicker of amusement and dread. The Galactic jest. Clyron attends a Zorinthian symposium, their crystals pulsing puns. Why's a warp drive funny? It warps your giggle. The audience, Veltarians, Hydraxians, even Arcturians, hums amusement. Clyron's crest twitches. Humans, banned from naming, now infect philosophy. Voss, a guest speaker, shares human wit, her puns sparking Zorinthian harmonics. You're welcome, she whispers to Clyron. He glares. You've corrupted harmony. She shrugs, or enhanced it. Patel, now a Zorinthian advisor, teaches light-based puns, crystals flashing laughter. The Concord's dignity, once rigid, bends under human chaos. Clyron's secondary brain admits, the galaxy's livelier. Orwin pulses. Resolution 8413 stalls. Too many species enjoy puns. Clyron sighs. Humans didn't conquer the Concord. They joked it into submission. Voss's grin, universal, promises more. The Zorinthians hum. Butopia shines. And Clyron, against his will, feels his crest pulse. A laugh? The viral laugh. The Concord adapts. Puns now standard in diplomacy. The Phaseborn name a rift. Chucklevoid, citing human inspiration. Clyron, reviewing reports, sees X-posts buzzing. Humans teach galaxy to laugh. #HFY. His crest flickers. Humans even disrupt virtual realms. At a cultural exchange, Voss and Silas perform a pun duet, crystals, and human voice harmonizing. What's a star's joke? A light giggle. The hall roars, 600 species united in mirth. Clyron's tertiary brain concedes. Humans' chaos binds, not breaks. Patel's linguistic save, once doubted, sparks Zorinthian renaissance. Their theorems now, humorous harmonics. Voss catches Clyron's eye. Told you we'd make history. He sighs. At what cost? She laughs. Fun. The galaxy, once solemn, pulses with jests. Humans its unlikely maestros. Clyron drafts no new resolutions. Resistance is futile. Laughter's won. The eternal punchline. Years pass. Clyron, nearing retirement, attends a Concord gala. Zorinthians, now pun masters, name their son Gigglestar. Voss, now a senior envoy, toasts to Butopia, harmony and jest. The hall laughs, even Clyron's crest pulsing. X trends. Humans redefine galaxy with puns. #HFY. The naming ban holds, but human humor reshapes the Concord. Silas, crystals radiant, tells Clyron, your dread birthed our joy. He nods, amused despite himself. Humans, chaotic, made the galaxy livelier. Patel, a Concord linguist, teaches pun-based diplomacy. The hall hums, species united by laughter. Clyron, sipping grav juice, admits, humans didn't ruin the Concord, they enriched it, one terrible pun at a time. B. Utopia orbits, a punchline eternal. Proof Galactic Rule #1 is law. Never let humans name anything, unless you're ready to laugh. Thank you, viewers. What a galactic riot. Thanks for joining Voss and Clyron in this pun-tastic HFY adventure. If you cracked up at Botopia's chaos, smash that like, share with your sci-fi squad, and subscribe for more cosmic laughs. Drop your favorite pun below. Let's keep the #HFY humor blazing. Catch you in the stars.